Hello everyone. Just a bit more of an update. The video that you're about to watch, that's if you watch it all, is my first ride on the 701, just an overnight stay I should say, with some of my stuff packed on the racks and all that type of stuff. So it's the first ride. So you can see the bike's all loaded up now. This is going to be my second ride. Okay, so I haven't posted this video yet, but well, I may have already posted it. Depends how quick I am posting this first video, but anyway, you get the point. So this will be the second ride now, which is tomorrow. It's only over the weekend, and I'm meeting up with 3 other chaps as well. So I'll post that video up when I finish the ride. But going back, okay, to my first ride, which you're about to watch, I actually have what I've done since that ride, or prior to that ride. I actually installed the new seat. So what I did, I used a bit of fertilizer in my money tree at the back, and had a bit of growth with that money tree, and I was able to get a bit more money. Okay, but the money tree is just about dead now. All right, don't get too much out of it anymore. So the money's just about all spent on this bike. So I've got the new the seat concept. Okay, it's just the standard height one, and I do talk about it in this video. All right, coming up. So I won't talk about it now because it's coming up in the video. I know it's confusing because I'm shooting this video now after my ride. Hope that makes sense. All right, so that's installed. Good quality. Very good quality. I like it. Gone for the blue. I did want the original Husqvarna colours. Didn't get that. They didn't have them in stock. I was impatient. Didn't want to wait. And I didn't want the black. So the blue. And actually, quite frankly, I'm very happy with the blue. I reckon it looks good. Now, what have I done since then? Prior to the seat, I've got the seat. I've also installed the tank. And is it Rally Raid or whatever they pronounce it? And Rally Raid, I'm going to pronounce it Rally Raid tank. And you can see it sits under here. I've installed the tank. And I've got the little crash bars. Okay, so I've got those crash bars, which are Outback Moto Trek. I think I got that right. Alrighty. So all good. I like these crash bars. They're just the right size, not too big. Gives you enough protection on the radiators and that type of stuff. So that's really good. Like I said, I want to keep this a lightweight bike. Alright. Now, the tank itself was pretty easily installed. There's videos already out there how to install these tanks and that sort of stuff. What I want to quickly talk about is the way I've actually done the fueling on this. Okay, you can see there's a breather there for the tank itself, the main tank in the front, and there's also a breather here. Now you might be asked, why is there another breather? Well, what that breather is, that's the breather for the rear tank. Okay, as you know, is at the back here. All right, so that's what that is. Now, there's actually 3 ways you can actually fuel this tank to the back tank. Okay, the Rally Raid comes in with a like an adapter. It's like a spacer that goes to the bottom of your. You see it under here. It's under there anyway, guys. Is your fuel pump? Okay, so you've got to take your fuel pump out. You fit that adapter, and go from there. And then it has an outlet there for your fuel line. All right. With that adapter, it does push your back. Let me come around here. It does push this rear flap, okay, mud flap here outwards, and it can hit your tyre. Okay, so there it is there. There's the fuel pump up in there. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. All right. Now, there's another way you can do it, which I've seen on YouTube, and now it was all only done with the KTM 690s, and this is the new KTM 690 2019 model, which basically is the same as what these are. What they do, what this person did, is they ran the fuel line. Okay, so up here, under the fuel cap, you've got the breather. Okay, and that breather hose goes down to a wide junction to the side here. Okay, there's a big wide tube. Okay, sorry, I'll show you that too, so you know what I'm talking about. So there it is there. See that? So that's like a wide junction. So the breather goes into this junction here, all right, and then it also goes into this canister up here. It gets all the fuel and all that type of stuff. And if you have a bit of an overflow, whatever it may be, it can actually come out here and leak out here. All right, that's petrol, that is. So what they've done, they've actually used the breather connection up here in the fuel tank, and they run that breather hose to the fuel tank outlet. Okay, so what it does with the vacuum, it sucks the fuel out of the front tank to the rear tank with the vacuum. Okay, and therefore your breather then is just via this front one. Now, that's an easy way of doing it. You don't have to take your fuel pump out, don't have to lose petrol, all that type of stuff. So I did do it the easy way. So my first ride that you're about to watch, okay, I do have the tank installed. That's the way I fueled it. But everything was working fine, all right, but it started doing things a little bit strange, okay? What I was noticing, especially towards the end of the ride, when I was actually taking the fuel cap off to fill this rear bike up, there was pressure in that tank. It shouldn't have pressure in it. It was like really a fair bit, you know what I mean? And I don't know if I was tired, but it felt like to me when I got home, because as you see, this mudguard's attached to the fuel tank basically, it just felt like the tank was swelling up a little bit and moving this out this way a little bit. So it just didn't seem right to me. So, and plus it wasn't working how it was working when I originally put it all together. It was sucking the fuel down real nice. It just didn't, I don't know, I started getting a bit, I don't know if it's working properly. It just didn't seem right. It didn't seem like it was actually, you know, the pressure was building up. So it wasn't releasing the pressure. So what I did, when I bought this fuel tank, I bought off a chap here locally in Australia, New South Wales, Mark Cockerell. He actually sells them with a fuel adapter or a fuel cock, okay? And what you do, all right, if you come under here, hopefully you can see this. Might just get a torch so you can quickly see this. All right, so see in there, so that's actually the fuel tank there. Okay, so that's the fuel tank. That's the fuel tank you can see there, the black thing, the shiny bit there. And you can see that little sort of, you can see that there, the two bolts and like an outlet. Well, that's the tank itself, right? So these tanks actually have an outlet for a fuel cock. So the brass bolt holes are there. Okay, and also there's like a little dimple that you drill into. So Marks actually supplies the fuel cock, which is there. It's a KTM fuel cock. Same thing as what's on the the 1090s and the 1190s on their fuel. They've got actually fuel. They've actually got two on their fuel tank at the front part. If you haven't seen one, go into your dealership and have a look. So that's what that is. So what you have to do is you got to naturally take your pipe off, lift the tank upwards so you can get to that, and drill a little 8mm hole in it, and that just screws straight in. So you're not mucking off your fuel pump or anything like that. And then all you do then is naturally bring your fuel line up. So there's the fuel line just there. Okay, there it is there. There's your off and on, all right, and then that just goes up into the tank. So there it is there, into the tank itself and drains out. So what you can do, I have it off at the moment because that is empty. You can have it off. So what you can do if you want to, you can just drain all the rear fuel if you like. And this is what I'm going to do anyway for my ride tomorrow. And see how, because this thing's just so good on fuel. I mean, I did 277 Ks, and it only took 10.6 litres. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm not hammering it, naturally, and that's loaded. That was on my last ride, so it was really good on fuel. So, that's how I've done it. And I think that's a better way of doing it. You leave the fuel pump alone, you're not touching the fuel pump, and you're using a proper fuel tap. And what you can do as well, if you need to take these hoses off and take this tank off, you can turn it off here, disconnect hose on that side, and you don't have to worry about losing fuel, and vice versa. There's a fuel, you can actually turn that cock off if you want to, and don't lose fuel from the rear tank if you need to take this front tank off, you know. So it works really well. So I do recommend, that way. All you need to do is, like I said, get the fuel cock from KTM and do it that way if you're going to install the tank. Okay. Anyway, that's just a quick video to show you the additional stuff that I've got on the bike. And as you can see, the crash bars, these were pretty easily installed. They're pretty nice. I really like them. It gives you that little bit of protection. So that's about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video coming up of the ride. Let me know. If not, sorry about that. I'll do my better next time. So anyway, we'll catch up later. See yous. Sorry guys, I came in a bit early then. Sorry about that. That's my life story. But I forgot to say why I got this breather here. Okay. Why? Is because sure enough, if you do it how I've actually how I did the fueling out of the line with the fuel cock, you can actually leave the normal breather into that Y junction, right? You can do that, okay? But what I was told by the chap who I bought the tank off, there's been a few problems with losing fuel if you don't actually turn the fuel cock off here or tap off here. Apparently what happens is that when the bike's, fair bit of fuel in it, because the fuel, the breather is lower than the tank. Okay, so what can happen with the pressurised, when the bike's on its side, you can build up pressure and actually fuel can start to come out of the overflow. Apparently, and it does happen. This is what I was told, okay? So to overcome that problem, if you do forget to turn your fuel tap off over here, what you do is that you run your breather hose under the seat, all the way up here, and have a breather here, like I've done. Okay, so that means the breather is higher than what the fuel tank is, and the rear tank. All right, and you do not have a problem. So if you leave your fuel tap on, which I do when I if I want to run that tank on, don't have to worry about turning it off. You're not going to have problems with losing fuel. Okay, so that's hence why I have this extra breather at the front. All right, now you don't have to do that. If you don't, if you want to leave the normal breathing sort of section on down to your Y junction, but you've got to remember you may have issues if you do not turn this fuel tap off here off. Everyone, out for my first ride on the 701 with the panniers on and all the bags. So it might be a two-nighter, I'm not sure yet, but anyway, just a quick look at the bike, some of the gear I've got on it, tent, sleeping gear on that side and just cooking gear on the other side, and some tools at the back there. It always seems like I carry a lot of gear, but I don't. But anyway, and I've got some water in the back. Alright, so there it is there, and water in there, my backpack. Alright. There she is, just a quick video, show you it's all loaded up. I'm not going to put the camera on until I get into the nice bushy area where I'm going to ride, and we'll throw it on there and let you know how the bike's getting on with the load. Alright, catch you later. Alrighty, just a bit of a catch up since I've left home. What have we done? 142 k's, getting into a bit of the bush now. Like someone's ahead of me, I think. A bit of dust there. Yeah, the bike's going well, not too bad on the road. Sits on 100 k's, no problem at all. Typical lightweight single cylinder bike on the road, yeah. A little bit of vibration, they're light, get a bit of wind, but that's what they are. It's a compromise compared to a big bike. And it's no different to DR. This is, this has just got a bit more power and sits on 100 k's better. But it feels good. Feels good. The seat itself, I wouldn't at the moment. I'm sure it might get softer, but at the moment it's not as good as the Sergeant seat that I had on the DR Z400. That was a beautiful seat, nice and soft, not too soft. Where you feels like the foam's shit. It shit itself, but it was really nice. At the moment this seat's probably, if the original seat's firm, I'd have to say this is medium firm at the moment. It's not a soft seat, so hopefully it will bed in. Because I've only done what did I say? 143. Yeah, I've got a bit of a sore ass already. You've got to take it easy on these roads. It is it gets used a fair bit. Main road into the forest, in the back way of Dungog. Well, we're downtown Gloucester. That's their golf course. Haven't played golf for a while. I got down to a 5 handicap, not too bad, but I haven't played for 12 months, so I would not play to a 5 handicap. More like probably 55. Been too busy riding. Look at that range, those mountains in the back there. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is nice. So what I'm going to do here at Gloucester is that I'm going to refill. I've done 225 k's, so I'm going to refill and make sure that I go to the left of this vehicle so I do not plough on the back. That's a good practice. And there's an ambulance, so we do not want that. Right, so yeah, we'll get some fuel, then we'll head off a little bit further up the road and turn off left off the Buckets Way, and we'll start heading in towards Dingo Top campsite. It's a fair way away, but long way away. So I want to get there before dark. But I will stop. I've got a sandwich. I'm going to have a bit of a sandwich. Alright, so that's about it. We'll catch up later. I dare say you don't want to sit and watch me put fuel in the motorbike. Alright, catch you later. Well, that's where we're heading, up there. Or around there anyway. We did 227 Ks and I put in 8.6 litres of fuel. So the 701, they're pretty good on fuel. Really good on fuel. Bit of a twisty old road, this one. That's cow shit on the road. We don't want to hit that. Well, we're up in the forest, pretty high. Pretty high. It's definitely got colder. Definitely has got colder. See how high we are down there. Pretty beautiful. It's a main type of fire road, you can see. Not too exciting, but anyway, it's about the ride. Morning. This is Dingo's Top campground. The sun was out. You can see last night it came in, started raining, sprinkling a little bit, so I set my camp up in here. It was handy to have. I don't know how cold it got down to. I don't think it got to 0, but it wasn't too bad in there. My feet, little birdie there. Look. Hey, look at that little birdie. The things you see when you haven't got a gun. I'm only kidding. He's going in my tent, is he? You don't have him in my tent. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. My feet were the coldest. There's the fire still going. It's supposed to be raining. We're supposed to get rain, and I don't know if you can see that in the distance. It looks a little bit ominous. But bike went okay. The only thing that went wrong wouldn't be an adventure ride, would it? If something doesn't go wrong, is that I've got it cable tied at the moment. Is that my bash plate? There's 2 bolts goes through here and the other side. They vibrated out. They came out. It was good. I actually stopped. I thought there was a rock inside in the bash plate vibrating around, and I stopped to have a look at the map to see how far I had to go to Dingo's Top campground. And I thought, oh, I put my helmet on and everything gone to take off, and I thought, oh, I'll get that rock out. And lucky I thought I'd do that and jump back off again, and the bash plate basically was just hanging down. Didn't really notice it because it wasn't hanging down on the ground. It was hanging down a little bit from here, so I was only staying in by them. So it could have, if that fell off, it would have went underneath the bike. Wouldn't have been good. So that's the only problem I had. Oh, look at that. There's one there. Oh no, that's out of it. It's not, but anyway. Good campground. There's a toilet down there. So it's got the toilet. You know, it's what I call them, a drop toilet. So don't look down when you go to the toilet. Just don't look down. Nice little water there, so you can wash your hands, which is good. Don't drink. Okay. So yeah, nice campground. Truck come through this morning. I tell you what, they don't worry about speed limits. I'm not saying there is any here, but my God, 2 trucks went past this morning, absolutely flying through here. I was told before on one of our Facebook sites that I go to, be careful of oncoming traffic, and you know what, you're dead right. You just got to take it easy. Now the road itself, because we've had much rain, that's really hard packed. Then you've got that like pea gravel on top of it. It is so slippery. So I'll let the tyre pressure down just a little bit. Anyway, I tried to get the fire started, couldn't get it going. Bad effort. So yeah, won't worry about it now. Hopefully the rain will stay away. I'm not sure where I'll head off now. I'm back out through Barrington's or out by Nundle. It's a nice campground. A couple of little cook areas over there. You can cook little stoves. It gives you a bit of an idea of what it's like. Pretty nice. We've had some fires up here. You might be able to see that in the background. So as I was coming through, there was still a bit of areas where still smoking a little bit. Yeah, it's all nice. Some nice trees. Well, this is why we ride. Look at this. It is pretty dry, as you can see. We really need rain. We've had no rain for a few months. It's one of our worst so far this year, for a long time. Now, which way do I go here? Sells Road? Ah, that's where Sells Road's coming out. Right, well, I'm going to do that loop. So I'm going to come in from where I went yesterday, right around the Oxy Highway and come out here. There you go. There it is there. Everything's fenced off, you never can get anywhere. Oh, helicopter over there. Yeah, we've got fires, so that helicopter, there he is there, look. There he goes, where's he going? There he goes, he's going in to get water. There he goes. Well, look at him moving around there. You see a fire over the back there. You see the smoke. There is out the back there. Here he goes. Only looks small, but I dare say close up it'd be a fair few litres in there. There he goes. Have to make sure he doesn't get tagged with those trees, eh? Follow the yellow gravel road. Just turned the camera off and another big semi come through, another logging truck. I just wanted to get off the road. Just as I turned the camera off. Look at that dust. Have a look at behind me. Look at that.